Is Vegeta on his way to discovering a new variant, a new evolution of Ultra Ego, and truly understanding the power of a god of destruction? Is that coming in the future? Is Vegeta going to unlock true Ultra Ego Vegeta? On this video, let's look at all the clues and what could be coming down the pipeline of Dragon Ball Super and Vegeta's ultimate evolution into really becoming godlike. This video is sponsored by Keeps. Get real results with affordable pricing, contact-free delivery, clinically proven FDA-approved products through Keeps to help you save your hair. You can get a free consultation with a licensed doctor and have access to round-the-clock customer service to answer any questions you may have about the products. Every single customer has his own plan tailor-made for them. Keeps is offering 50% off your first order of products over at keeps.com/geekdom. www.keeps.com/geekdom. Don't wait. Check them out today. The link is in the description, and I thank them for sponsoring this video. Let's get to it. I remember the night. October 2017. Dragon Ball Super episodes 109 and 110 aired consecutively on Fuji TV, and we got our first look in the anime of Ultra Instinct, which at the time was actually Omen, but we did not know. Since then, we've had multiple variations on UI depending on what arc we're in and the progression of Goku's story. We've seen perfected/mastered Ultra Instinct, which is Goku with the silver hair. Then we finally have the version that Goku can use, which is the silver-haired form at will during the Moro arc, so he knows how to tap into that power without having to trigger anything internally. Then, in the Granola arc, we are introduced to the concept that the Ultra Instinct properties can be used in previous Dragon Ball forms, like the God forms, Super Saiyan God in Blue, and the goal, obviously, based on what we said, is for Goku to eventually achieve Ultra Instinct in base to where it's always turned on. But what about Ultra Ego? The Granola arc introduced us to Ultra Ego. But have we really seen Ultra Ego's full power? Based on clues that were given to us in previous Dragon Ball Super manga chapters and in arcs, Vegeta admits that during the fight with Granola that he failed Beerus. Now what he meant by this is that he was unable to fully utilize Ultra Ego. When he tried to do it, he couldn't because he couldn't follow what Beerus explained to him, which is that to become a god of destruction, to really use that power, you have to let go of all your guilt. Vegeta, being somebody who at one time was a serial killer, was a genocidal maniac, it's hard for him to do that because he's changed so much. We've discussed in the past how Bulma and Trunks and Kakarot all had a very big impact on Vegeta's change in Dragon Ball Z. And that would, of course, continue into Dragon Ball Super when he had a daughter and he was able to work alongside Goku more often than before. Without question, Vegeta is a different person than he used to be. Vegeta used to be a guy who didn't really care about life. Vegeta used to be a guy who was so prideful of this weird numerical equation that he got when he was born, that he was supposed to be the strongest on the planet, and of course the fact that he is of the bloodline of the ruling monarchy of planet Vegeta. He thought that he was above everyone until he met Kakarot, who gave him a hell of a challenge, a hell of a fight, and realized that even low-class warriors with proper training and discipline could overcome their low power level at birth. But for a long time, Vegeta did not care. And Beerus' role as God of Destruction is sort of like that, but not exactly. Beerus has to destroy as part of his job, but what he has to do is he has to figure out a way to mentally block his guilt, to emotionally control himself, knowing that when Beerus blows something up, whether it be a planet or a solar system, he knows that there were living people on there that are going to die, but it's just part of the job. Vegeta has to get back into that mindset because the previous Vegeta, while he was destroying a lot of civilizations, he didn't feel any guilt for the people that died. Beerus wants Vegeta to go back into that place again, but instead of doing it in a malicious, evil way, it's more so a way to block out your guilt. And that is why Vegeta was unable to really use Ultra Ego. Now, I did a couple videos that you must check out to get a fully deeper understanding of what's going on. There's a video on the channel called Ultra Ego Vegeta Explained. It just hit 1 million views a little while ago, and I want to thank everyone who watched it because you did help out with the views of that video. It means a lot to me, and that video I'm very proud of because we really broke down Vegeta's life, his arc, and how Ultra Ego was fitting for him. In addition to that, I also did a video where I compared Ultra Ego Vegeta to God of Destruction Toppo from the Tournament of Power. Now, you have to remember that the manga and the anime of Dragon Ball Super are two different continuities. They have the same stories in a general sense, but there are small details, sometimes even big details, that make the manga differ from the anime. For example, we didn't really see Toppo utilize that God of Destruction form with the way it looked in the manga. That was something the anime staff chose to do, and it's something that they worked on. It wasn't really a Toriyama concept. Well, it makes you wonder, though, what's up with that? What's up with Toppo having that power? And I did do that video that I mentioned discussing Vegeta and Toppo and comparing, contrasting, but it really does seem like Ultra Ego, the version that we saw against Granola in the Granola arc, might not be the final version. Obviously, one of the things that's been a crutch in Dragon Ball Super's writing is trying to figure out new goals for Goku and Vegeta. Toyotaro himself admitted during an interview on the official Dragon Ball site that he had problems writing Goku because Goku had already been made so perfect. And what he meant by that is it was clear as day that by the end of the Moro arc, for sure, Goku knew how to tap into silver-haired Ultra Instinct at will. And thus, no other form could really come after it because Ultra Instinct is the peak of power based on everything we've heard. Ultra Instinct is a power that not even mortals should have. It's an angelic technique, an angelic form, that is. Either way, whatever you want to call it, technique of transformation, it's a state of being. And so because of that, he had trouble figuring out what to do with Goku after that, but eventually that would lead us into the true Ultra Instinct debacle, which I personally have discussed in various videos. Seems like they were really having trouble figuring out what to do with Goku. And it is pretty obvious considering that Ultra Instinct has new variants. But where do we go from here? At the end of the previous arc, Black Frieza shows up, new transformation at all, because that's Frieza's new form, and one-shots true Ultra Instinct Goku and Vegeta, lays them out. So obviously, based on what we've seen, the clues from Vegeta and Beerus, the form of Ultra Ego that we have seen is not the true form. We all thought that when Goku fought Jiren in episode 109 and 110, and we first saw UI in the anime, that was going to be it. We didn't know at the time there was going to be another silver-haired form. And that, of course, begs the question, is Ultra Ego Vegeta, the one that fought Granola, the true final form? And I would wager to say it's probably not. Not even based on Toppo, because you could obviously take that concept and bring it back for Vegeta. I'm not sure if that's really the case, because the difference between Vegeta and Toppo, which I outlined in that video, is that Toppo was actually training to become Universe 11's God of Destruction, whereas Vegeta just wants the power. But either way, based on the trajectory that Goku has come in the last few arcs, and the symbolic road that he has traveled on, I would not be surprised. In fact, I would be probably likely, this seems to be very likely, that we have not seen the end of Vegeta evolving and learning about how to properly use Ultra Ego. If Vegeta's version of Ultra Instinct is going to be Ultra Ego from now on, then there's no question that Vegeta will have to become stronger and become more accustomed to using that power, which as of right now he's not. It's still all new to him. Vegeta obviously cares enough to state himself that he does not want to disappoint Lord Beerus. And that tells me that training will continue until Vegeta finally discovers the true Ultra Ego. I think it's inevitable. Plus, don't forget, with Black Frieza, Frieza's new transformation showing up, and the fact that Dragon Ball Super has been constantly introducing new forms, not just with Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, but also Orange Piccolo, Gohan Beast, Black Frieza, it goes on and on and on. I would not in the least bit be surprised, and in fact I'm expecting that Vegeta will continue to train under Beerus and eventually learn true Ultra Ego. It feels inevitable at this point. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care.